Welcome back to Factorio Spacex Extreme, where yes, we're very close. We're definitely in the end sort of stages. I mean, we've completed three of the 10, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 10 spaceship construction components. So we're getting very close. Our hold up at the moment is, whoops, not that one, this one here, is circuits. Steel was a hold up, but not anymore. The whole components and a couple of these others, we're using a large amount of steel, and now that they're completed, we don't actually need all the big steel anymore. So the whole build that I did here, which was to be our next steel smelter, is actually kind of redundant now. So I probably won't feed trains in it. In fact, I will probably either just completely disconnect the power going in, or put in a power switch so that the whole lot turns off and it doesn't use UPS, because UPS is fairly precious to us. Now, I am probably expecting that we'll have a bunch of steel trains lined up in here. Maybe not. But probably fairly soon the steel trains will be lining up and not going anywhere. Production stats at the moment, 360,000-ish. No, hang on. That's 380. No, 450, 460,000. The red and the blue are the ones that we are going to try and give a bit of a boost to, because they're the ones that are primarily slowing us down. And plastic is potentially becoming a bit of an issue. If we look in the oil base, plastic is severely negative, when throughout the game to date it has been in the high thousands, so it could be quite a bit of effort for this one to load up, possibly. Although it seems to be loading just fine at the moment. While we're actually looking over here, so there's no light whatsoever. We do have crude barrels still, and we do have, well, soon to be 2 trains sitting in the oil depot to unload crude, so, and another one's on the way, so maybe that's not too bad. So anyway, to get red circuits finally up and running, if I can find where we are, we're here. We need to get this fuel train operating. What is this train? You are a green circuit train, are you? Well, you probably shouldn't wait that high up. You should probably wait a little bit lower down. Anyway, so we're basically building this kind of thing, and we're not going to need the double. I've just realised we're not going to need all of this carry on, because there'll only be one fuel train coming in here. Right, we can get rid of, let's just get rid of of course it takes the track rather than just the bit I wanted it to, but never mind. Okay, so trees, we just don't need trees. Let's put in a connection for the fuel train somewhere over here. We just need a 2-to-1 junction, and that looks like it fits the bill just fine. And then we can just whiz along underneath here. Let these bots generously come and donate their serve of trees to me. Do we have anyone else looking like they're going to finish shortly? Astrometrics in command, probably won't be long. Okay, so this is a fuel train. We need a one of these guys, a robo-port over here, so that the fuel can get propagated to all these various trains. The plastics one probably doesn't need it, but that's fine. Where is my engineering train? It is up there. What's this guy? Oh, he's copper 8. Okay, so there is actually an existing train. Well, you can wait, copper 8. Sure, the rest of the factory will do fine in your absence. And then I need a bit of a bridge to be built, which will need belt, most likely, because I'd rather not do it via bots. We needed that. We don't have any of those anymore. I could probably do some more of those, and we don't seem to have any of those. What about blues? We don't have any blues. That is probably sufficient. Okay. Right, we probably need to fix this hole in the power grid and rewire it up just in case. Case of something. That one is connected, that one is connected, very good. Okay, so we're almost done with the fuel. One of these will create a bridge to the bottom red circuit, and if we put a requester chest here, you can request in here, say 100. And at the other end we will have a supply chest which needs to be limited. That's interesting. None of these have power. Easily remedied. So the last bit that we need is to set up, what's that called, red circuit pickup. Red circuit pickup. So we need some belt here. I guess we'll just call the supply train. Let's fix up this while we're here. I guess we'll just call in the supply train and get it to supply say 30 belt, 30 blue belt, so that we can create that bridging. Which is a very small load, but the convenience doesn't depend on the size of the load. Now, that will sort out our fuel supply to these trains that otherwise would be unsupplied. We finally need to come back to here and create one more stop so that red circuits can be delivered into our rather massive centralized main base, and that will see us through for like the extra red circuits we need to, and it is actually quite a long way. I mean, ideally we'd just deliver the red circuits here because they're all going to get consumed here, but maybe it will reprioritize. Who knows? I'm not sure if we have done very many launches this episode. I think fuel cells went up. Not sure about anything else. So we probably also, not sure if I'm going to do it this episode or not, but we'll probably want to come down here and access this rather large crude. I'll probably put 2 trains on it because it is fairly massive, and then maybe kill some biters, which I don't know if I'm going to do it on episode or not. We'll see. In the meantime, since we are up here, maybe I should sort out how these things stack so that one does not stack up the top but comes back to here. That would be worthwhile while we're in the area. Outpost supply. Oh, the supply train has just been, so let's finish this part and then I can completely leave this area, which I can actually do just by requesting blue belts and getting into the network. You have no logistic bots. Well, that's interesting. Let's put you in there. Alright, let's just take the blue belts ourselves, since they're identifying themselves fairly clearly for us. That should be more than enough. Probably don't even need 10, but never mind. So that should do. Do I have any? I do have a tiny bit of rocket fuel. Okay, what I'm going to do is I am going to set up a dedicated train for the red circuits, because otherwise we're going to run into problems most likely. Assuming that I have some engines, which I think I do not, so I won't set it up just here. Yes, I know I'm once again jumping around, so you are fuel red circuits. There we go. So you'll be easy to find in the future. I've got the fast legs on. Fast being a relative term when you are running at 28 UPS. And of course my bots are going to clear all this stuff as we go through. Well, that's probably good in the long run. I don't know how much lag trees cause when you have the pollution function off, but it's certainly possible that they could be contributing some. So what we need to do here is basically remove these guys, because they're kind of unnecessary. This set here is completely unnecessary. Let's just get rid of it. It's not helping. And now there shouldn't be any trains that will line up in this part. In the green circuits area. I wonder if green circuit production is... No, it's... Well, since I've seen it at about 290,000, it's not right up there. And we will do our casual little sprint back to the red circuits, grab some more trees on the way. Whoops, let's just make sure that batteries go where they're supposed to, at least in the first instance. Grab a sip of my coffee. So we've got fuel train and station at the main station, the main base, and some bots that are going to trail us for quite a while. So plenty to keep us busy for now. Actually, while we are here, there is one more. Oh, I need to get rid of this stuff too. I don't need you. Don't need you. That's quite a complex thing, really. Oh, okay, we've already got that blueprint. I kinda don't need it anymore, I guess. So go away. I could always rebuild it. And you can go out there. And you can go away. I'll probably rebuild these guys. I don't need you anymore. Definitely don't need you. Don't need you. That's the siding that I've been building. Let's just get rid of you, tidy up a little bit. Don't need you, you're a temporary thing. Probably don't need any of these really, but whatever. I'm just running back to the train. Oh, did we get another protection field? I don't know what went up with it. If we did, this could be a slightly interesting maneuver, since we're just past here and this train is just in our way from behind. Actually, let's keep clearing all of that. I need to move this guy backwards. That should do. Just so that we can get past there. You passed? I can't see. Okay, so what we will do is we will turn into one of these red circuit sidings. Oh, this is rather bad. I have put the wrong product in there, because that needs to be red circuits, not green circuits, in the amount of, sure, 2000, and copy, whoops, copy. Copy down to here. And it looks like both of these networks are still connected, which is something of a problem. We really need to disconnect them. Let's go to the map view and will be over this side, clearly. We need to disconnect them and then just allocate the set number of bots to each side. So here we go, these two are the ones that are creating the jump between. Come on, enough of that. One logistic bot. So how many do we have down here? We have about 400. How many do we have up here? 400. That looks good to me. So, let's take this back to engineering unload. Get rid of that. Engineering unload. And set up our platform in the main base for red circuits. Oh, you need to go back to automatic. Now that we're out of your way, Astrometrics is still winning this race, it seems. I wonder, so we're getting 26 point, it's dropping. If I take that away, it makes no difference, so I might as well leave it up and take that away. Of course, we've also done 1,377 extra satellite launches for infinite research science, basically, although you should realize that this 175 is also contained in that number, so that's an awful lot of launches, of which, of course, these ones are much more expensive components than the normal satellites. Okay, let's get out here. I think oil is probably the next thing, so let us turn that off and engage our oil profile for the engineering train, and we will run down to the main base. Hopefully not get bowled by some trains. And right, so we need another whoops, not there. Another one of these, basically. Oh look, the easiest thing to do is just to grab a blueprint. Of basically all of that. And get rid of all the bits that we don't want. Which will be this top one is not going to be one that we want. It's very difficult to do this if you go to a finer level of detail with blueprints. I mean, I'm bound to miss some stuff anyway, pretty much, but that's okay. Can I always get rid of them once we've slapped this down. Right, there we go. Nothing. Oh, that one is not there. Okay, let's put that just down here for the moment. I don't want my bots attempting to do this. That's the one. As you can see, I have accidentally left some bits behind, but it's okay, we can throw them down. Oh, thanks, save. We can throw them down, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of these things here. And that one. So we'll have 4 across here, mainly because I don't actually think that the stone and the stone brick are not going to move all that often. Unfortunately, this means that we've just gone out of the Roboport range as well. So let's whack down a few more. Do I have any... these guys, I don't need 50 of them. And I may as well get some Roboports directly. So this will be the red circuit drop. And if you're wondering, the reason I'm doing it on this side, even though I know on the map we don't need that on. On the map, it's probably going to be travelling all this way, which is significant. I think this is already too congested, so this side probably has a little bit more room. That's the only reason. Do we have any of that stuff yet? Nope. Oh, we're not in the network, that's why. Because these aren't part of the network yet. So let's just run down here, somewhere safe, and wait until we receive that stuff. If we had any more launches, 20 thrusters, I think we've had a thruster. Command 21. So this little leapfrog game continues. We're starting to get some locomotives and some Roboports. Now let's just wait for our substations. Pretty sure there's some in the network. Let me just check. 72 of them, so it shouldn't be too hard for them to bring me some. While we wait this moment, I'll just have a sip of coffee. And the instant I do that, of course, the substation turns up. So, let us get this stuff online. That should do as far as the substations are concerned. You can probably go there. Let's just get a few more Roboports in to ensure that that one is in the coverage zone. That's just what I'm checking. In fact, quite possibly all these things were, but never mind. That is fine. So that is for our red circuit train. Now, they do have fuel, so let us set up 2, maybe 3 red circuit trains. Or at least 2 anyway. I'm pretty sure that we're not really going to have a huge boost here, but then we might need to do a bit of tuning. I haven't done any numbers over what to expect, so it will just be whatever we get really. So red circuit pickup until inventory full, and then red circuit drop until inventory empty. We'll copy you because we'll definitely have 2 at least. Off you go. We don't need you or you or you. Now as soon as some more locomotives join us, get the next one underway, get the fuel underway, and that will probably do us. In fact, we're probably over time already, but it's kind of hard in these huge giga base, and I think I can just about call this a giga base by virtue of the fact that we've done well in excess of 1 billion plates smelted. You are going to get the same condition and be set to automatic. Is 2 enough? I don't know, 2 will do for now. So the last thing we need is a little fuel train. I might even just shove it here for the moment. A 111 fuel train. And your path will be go to refuel depot until inventory full, and then go to fuel red circuits until inactivity. Off you go. So there's the fuel train. We've got 2 red circuit trains. Let's have a look, see if they are operating. One of them is pulling in just now. The first load will probably pick up green circuits as well, or could pick up green circuits, because they've kind of been unloaded in the wrong spot. Shh, don't tell anyone. But otherwise we seem to be generating some red circuits. We have now topped 50,000 a minute. Hopefully that helps boost this, but we're going to have to wait and see if that happens in the next, back over 500k plates as well, which is awesome. Quick look, 872, 689, that's 14, 15, 50, 15, 60. Yeah, very good. Alright, and one other thing that I know I haven't done for a little while is actually check the power grid. You may be interested. So at the moment it's flat. Well, we've probably had a bit of a reduction in power actually, but it was fluctuating up to about 23 gigawatts and sometimes tapping into my special reserves. But there you go, we're hovering around 20, and I'm pretty sure we've got tons of fuel to see us through. This is burning up wood, and it's going to take a long time. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.